We have a GMA Health Alert now about the link between social media and impulsive behavior in teens. It's about a new study from the University of North Carolina that's making the connection. Dr. Jen Ashton is here to break it down. A lot of people interested in this one.
Oh, yeah, George. And they're really looking at the question between social media use, obviously very common in kids, particularly young teens, changes in the brain possible, and then whether or not that can have an effect long-term or even short-term on their behavior. So in this study, they looked at just under 200 6th and 7th graders, tracked their use by self-report of social media, things like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then did functional MRIs, which is that type of imaging where we can look at activity in the brain, see what parts of the brain are activated, and found that those with heavier use had increased activation in parts of their brain, possibly making them more prone to peer feedback, hypersensitivity, possibly leading to increased or decreased impulse control and regulation. It's not clear whether that went up or down, but obviously this is asking the question, if this can change activity in the brain, can it then change behavior?
And all
well?
That does make sense, and it builds on other evidence we have about the negative impacts of social media on teens.
Yeah, and it's the same things that we see with increased screen use in teens. So if anyone who's using a screen a lot, even on social media, obviously can have associated increased rates of obesity, irregular or dysregulated sleep, something that we know is very important, particularly in this age group, an increased risk of depression, and then just overall decrease in activity. They're not going to be as active physically if they're sitting around or even standing around looking at their screen.
So what are the best guidelines for parents?
Well, I think obviously it has to be age-based. It should be individualized, but there are some general tips here. First of all, for younger children under the age of 2, the American Academy of Pediatrics, crystal clear, no screen time at all. Obviously, we want to encourage our kids to be physically active, set limits on their use, and encourage them to do the same thing. That engagement with their participation is really important. Creating those unplugged spaces like the dinner table, really important. And then digital literacy. We're going to be hearing more and more about that term. This isn't going away. We want to be able to use it and use it safely. But I want to show you something, George. I have an app now on my phone that sets my Instagram time limit 5 minutes a day. See how it's dark? After that 5...
You've already used up your time?
That's it. I've checked my news, and once it does that, that's it. And you know what? 5 minutes a day, that's enough, right?
That's enough. Jen Ashton, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.